Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will give you an update of what's going on in my greenhouse since the last video I had about my tomatoes and my cucumbers. It's been some developments and I'm very happy with what's going on inside the greenhouse. By the way, if you are new to this channel, my name is Børre. I am a biologist and I have a greenhouse and I also have a motorhome. And I will take you on this channel with me on smaller or longer journeys and hikes to show you what's interesting things to see in nature and what I've been up to. So stay tuned for that. Well, the last day I've been cutting the grass around my property here, and that also means that my greenhouse is being sprayed with grass. And as you can see here, it looks a bit dirty. So I will start now by trying to clean up a little bit from this, all the grass that has been attaching to these plastic plates. Well, I have this hose that I'm dragging around here. It doesn't look so pretty in the garden, but it's quite practical to have this, the garden hose, ready to be used. And I will try now to see if I can clean off a little bit of the grass that has been attaching to the lower parts here of the greenhouse. And it's not so important, but it's good to take it before it gets too attached. And as you see, it's possible to get it off here. And we can take a little bit on the other side also, I guess, here. So when I cut in the grass, you know, the grass comes flying and it always attaches to these plates. And it's a bit annoying, it looks a bit dirty. Hopefully it will be a little bit better now. The first thing I will show you is the floor of my greenhouse, because as you can see there are some new tiles, or old new tiles here. And that is because the old tiles, the brown one, the light brown ones, they are starting to disintegrate. And you can see here they get loose and there's some plastic stuff around here which has disintegrated. And this is all over the place, and every tile has a damage. And I think next year I have to remove the entire floor and put on new tiles. And in the meantime, I've just put up some older tiles here for another place, and just to keep it possible to walk around here. Another thing I will mention is that I had some issues with my watering system. We see here I have the irrigation system here with these hoses going all the way down here, and they are delivering some water twice a day. And in my last video I showed that I had this automatic irrigation system, but unfortunately when I went for a trip we're going away for 5 days, I suddenly discovered that this watering system didn't work properly. So I had to rush to a store and buy another one. And here you can see my new irrigation system, which is a very cheap device, which is connected, of course, to the water outlet. And there is one button here for the frequency, so how often it is starting up, spreading the water. And there is one for the duration of each watering round. And this has a yellow light that is blinking here every 4 seconds, I think. It shows that it's in operation, and I've been testing this for a couple of weeks now, and it's been working perfectly well. It's quite cheap, it costs around 40 euros. It's not a big investment. And in general, I think the plants have been doing quite well. The tomatoes are already coming high up here in the greenhouse, and they're even taller than I am. So that's not a bad thing. And as you can see, they are on the way to the top of this of the greenhouse. And when they reach the end of this, then I will cut the top off the tomato plants and stop the growth further on. The first thing I will be doing today is to fill up these pots with more soil. I will first and foremost I will take away some of the lowest leaves on the tomato plants, just to get a little bit more air into the stem and also into the root area here of the plants. So that's the first thing I will be doing, and later on I will be putting on some manure, some chicken poo, which is my favorite, and also some extra soil on top of that, so that will be happy the next month, I guess. One of my plants is obviously not feeling so happy. It's become quite yellow here. The leaves on the top of it has become quite yellow, and it doesn't seem to be so happy. And if you see the other one, the neighbor, it has a normal color here. So there's something wrong with this plant, but I can't pinpoint exactly what's going on. So if some of you have an idea, I would be very happy to see that in your comments. Well, even if I have a hatch on top of this greenhouse, the temperature might come very, very high here on these days with direct sunshine and 25, 28 degrees Celsius outside. And when I'm home, I normally keep the door open, as you can see here, and get some air into the greenhouse. But it might be a disaster for the plants, because I went on a trip with my motorhome a week ago, and when I came back, the entire top of this plant died and withered away. So in order to rescue the plant, I had to cut off the old top, and I let one of these branches that are left here take over and become the new top of the plant. So in this way I managed to save the plant from the total destruction. So it can be an idea to keep some of these branches or these extra tops that are developing on the tomato plant, but I mostly prefer to remove them, because they take a lot of energy from the production of the tomatoes, and I want the tomatoes to be sweet and nice, and the plant shouldn't use all this energy to produce branches, and they should produce tomatoes instead. Well, the tomato plants are producing beautiful and sweet tomatoes already, and it seems that it corresponds very well with the little information that I got here when I bought the tomatoes. They are cherry tomatoes, and I have tasted some of them, and they taste deliciously. So I'm very happy with the results so far, and it's quite early to get these fruits already at this time of summer. So I'm very happy with that. I also got this other version of these cherry tomatoes, which is a yellow one, and which also corresponds quite well to the little information I got there. These are called Golden Pearl, and they look like pearls, and they are golden, so it seems to be a correct combination here. So I also enjoy eating these. I tasted them, and they taste deliciously. The cucumbers are really going crazy. There are new cucumbers popping up almost every day, and they are growing so fast that you can't really imagine. And as you can see here, they have been growing, and they are producing cucumbers all the way up here, and they are around 1 meter tall now, and this is just the beginning, and they are so productive and producing so many cucumbers. The cucumbers produce these amazing flowers, and as you can see, they are on the tip of the early fruits, and this plant doesn't need to be pollinated, you know, to produce the fruits, so you can just leave them as they are, and they will happily produce new cucumbers all the time. Well, I decided to cut down one of these cucumbers, which are ready to be eaten, and you can see the color here is green, dark green, all the way down to the tip here, and then they are ready to be eaten. I don't want it to stay here for too long, because then they are not so good, tasting so good. So they have to be taken a little bit earlier. So this is ready to be eaten, and it looks like a very delicious cucumber. As you can see here, the cucumbers are also producing extra branches on the way up here. And here's a big one. Besides the ordinary stem, there's a new branch coming up, or a new stem developing. And these guys, they take a lot of energy from the plant. And I want the plant to produce sweet and delicious cucumbers and not become a bush. So I normally remove these branches immediately from the plant. However, when I'm growing the cucumbers, I prefer to leave one of these extra stems alive. So I don't remove this one. And so it becomes two different stems growing up here. And the reason for that is that I wanted to produce more cucumbers, and I have space in the greenhouse for an extra top here. And also, if there's an accident, something happened with the ordinary tip of the plant, then I have an extra one which is on the way a bit lower down. So that's why I prefer to leave at least one of these branches. It's so amazing to see how effective these tomatoes are and how productive they are in producing tomatoes. As you can see here, there are tomatoes all the way down on this flower, and even new ones forming at the tip of this cluster of tomatoes. So they are very, very productive, and which is a beautiful thing. And finally, I will just clean up the mess that I made with all these the soil that is left on the floor here. So I'm just going to do a little bit clean up here, and finally it looks much better than it did before. It's always a good feeling when you start harvesting your first tomatoes and cucumbers, and I'm so looking forward to the rest of the season, what it will bring me, and all these delicious fruits that I can enjoy through the next weeks. Well, this concludes this little update from my greenhouse. It has been growing very well, and I'm very happy with the results so far. and hopefully I will be enjoying a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers in the weeks ahead. If you enjoy watching this content, please give me a thumbs up, it helps me a lot. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are, and remember to be active in nature, and don't forget to stay curious.